Hi there, it's Sunny from the Mystery Magics channel, and I've got a new video here for you today. Today I will be using a brand known as FABER CASTELL. I have not used this brand before, nor have I ever really used watercolor pencils. But I figured, might as well try it out. I've been using watercolors a lot more often lately, so I thought this would be a good thing to kind of dip my toes into. As you can see, the pack itself came with its own instruction booklet and watercolor pad, which I will also be using just to see the quality and whether or not I can use it in the future. It came with a very standard set of colored pencils, very basic, simple colors. Nothing like too varied, which I guess is to be expected, as it did seem like a pack mostly for beginners or just to test the waters. So yeah, let's get started. The piece I'm going to be making today is a fairly simple one in terms of its concept. As to be expected for a notebook branded as good for watercolor pencils, it also took regular graphite quite well, erased pretty nicely when needed, which is something I'm thankful for because I do like sketching it out thoroughly. The one mistake I did do, because I'm still used to regular watercolors, is adding a bit too much water initially with the sky, so it did rub the paper off a little bit, but that is my own fault. I believe that's just how the paper should be, and I don't think you use as much water with regular watercolors, so I will be testing that out more in the future, seeing what I can do about that. But one thing that did immediately catch my attention was that watercolor pencils do in fact make blending and textures easier to achieve, at least in my case with what I'm doing here. I imagine with practice I'll be able to pull off more interesting combinations and looks the more I mess around with these, and maybe different brands as well. But off of a first time use I could notice a difference compared to regular watercolors quite quickly. I'm honestly surprised I haven't actually decided to delve into this kind of crafting material more often, or at least beforehand, as I have had these for a while. I just never really got around to using them. Then again, I did just recently decide to get back into watercolor painting, so, learning curve. Pretty fun overall, though. I have still not gotten a hang of every color combination that is possible with the standard colors that I've got, as well as how to fully blend them effectively, but I did do at least a little basics there with the lighter shade of purple applied, and then over top of it putting on a blue that kind of mixed them together into a more interesting effect. So that is something else that I think I will have to experiment more going forward when I'm working on it. I did something similar here with the standard red and the black color pencil that they provided, as the pack itself didn't actually come with a brown, so I did have to get a bit creative with how I'd achieve certain colors outside of what they have given me. In the end, I do think I achieved at least something of what I wanted. That is something that I do wish with this pack in the end, is that maybe it came with at least maybe one or two extra colors, but from my understanding this brand itself does have a lot of other watercolor packs that do come with a much wider variety. So I think it's just for this pack in particular. Like I said before, this is likely more of a sample pack that you can get for the company itself, as well as their products. So in that regard, it does make sense why they wouldn't have as many color options. But, at the time, it would make it a little more convenient if they had maybe just one more brown, maybe a different shade here and there, just a little thing. One of the things I do like doing is more mixed medium when it comes to watercolors, so I might mix it up with, as you can see, outlining with a pen, markers, Sharpies as I go along. That is just a standard gel pen that I'm using to outline right now. It works quite well on the pad as well. I'd say the pad for the money and also what you get is fairly good quality. Everything goes on smoothly. Had no issues with bleed through on the other side with any of the products I used. Standard Crayola marker going on top, no issues with bleed there. Coming close to the end of finishing this art piece now, as you can see. Just a few more details with the Crayola marker itself, going over top of it with colors that I didn't have available with me in the pack. A bit of extra texturing here and there with the gel pen. And yeah, there we go. Art piece is all finished. Overall, I am very happy with the final product that I have made here today. It's nothing too fancy, of course, but I think now that I have an understanding of how to use watercolor pencils, I will definitely be working on more complex designs as I go along in the future with them, because I do very much enjoy using them, and I think it's something that I'd like to come back to. So yeah, that is my overall experience using watercolor pencils for the first time, more specifically the FABER CASTELL brand. I'm absolutely personally going to try and find a set of theirs that has more colors available now that I know that I do enjoy using it. And also just going to be practicing a lot more with the basic techniques such as blending, how much water to apply, how to use brushes with this kind of thing. For the price and what you do get, I do think that this is very worth it. And I'm just happy with the experience as a whole. The next thing on my bucket list to tackle with this channel, as well as my own art, is probably going to be acrylics. I've been wanting to use acrylics for a while now, but you know, that's for the future. As you can see here, I'm also going to be looking through the booklet more, I think, just to get some more tips and tricks on how to improve my craft with these going. But yeah, overall, if you are a beginner and you want something very simple to help you kind of grasp what you're doing with this kind of material, I think this is overall a pretty good brand. Those are my final thoughts, and that's the video. If you enjoyed this content, please remember to give it a like, subscribe if you're feeling up for it. More videos coming in the future. Take care.